Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Sarson Funds, Real, Clear, Crypto, and General Provision.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sachs in the Morning. Steve Sachs.
Hi, Steve Sachs here with Sachs in the Morning. And this week we're going to talk about limits and how we can not limit ourselves so much, because that seems to be something today that people are just trying to hang on to too much. There's too much uncertainty in the world. There's just too much of this and that. And there's something that when I was coaching, there was a kind of way to combat some of that inner critic that we called it, or the saboteur. And what it would do is all well-intentioned, trying to keep you away from making mistakes, not getting out there and being too risky. You want to, save things and do it the safe course. And that's not always a good one, because with risk and reward, they go hand in hand. I mean, you don't have any risk out there, your rewards aren't going to be too great. And so we would call this the saboteur. That's the little voice that sits on your shoulder and says, hey, man, pull back a little bit. That's a little bit too much for you to try. But people believe that this voice is trying to protect them from danger or loss of relationship, a catastrophe of some kind. The voice is there to keep people from taking unsafe risks, but it's often overcautious at a time that calls for risks for the sake of change and for more of a fulfilling type of a life. And again, this is a voice of that internal saboteur. The same voice may recite an old litany of judgment or rules or limiting beliefs. It says things like, you aren't working hard enough, or you should be further along in your career. You just don't do too well on tests, or you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough, or you're not experienced enough, or maybe you're too old, or you're not old enough. These type of things are always out there coming out of that voice from the saboteur. And I think this is something that you have to recognize. Now, here's one thing that I did when I was a coach. This seems kind of weird to me when I first was taught about this. And I went through the whole coaching system, and this is one of the things they taught us. I liked it, though, once I got used to it. And they would say, okay, I got this big event coming in front of me, and I got that voice on my shoulder that's talking to me again. It's saying, you better not just take that risk and whatever. And what I would tell my clients to do is symbolize that voice, whatever it may be. You may take this as a symbol, but put it in a box and put it up in the closet, or take this symbol, whatever it is, and wrap it in tissue paper and flush it down the toilet. Whatever it is, physically get rid of this saboteur that's sitting there on your shoulder. And if you can do that, you can at least say this one thing: whatever happens today, it ain't going to be because of that voice or that saboteur that's keeping me back, that's telling me not to go for it, because I took care of that earlier before I came. So that's something that people would do, and it would help them. I mean, they would physically get rid of that saboteur on their voice, and at least eliminate that as a possible breakdown if it didn't go too well. That's one thing that I encourage people to do, and I do it today. I mean, we all have that voice. We all have that discouraging kind of thoughts that come about. And it's like Henry Ford once said, whether you can or you can't, you're right. And that's my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, don't forget to go to our website at saxinthemorning.com if you want to get into the swag store. Hit the shop button, and believe me, it's all there for you. Hats, mugs, tumblers, V-necks, visors, you name it. Go take advantage of the swag store at saxinthemorning.com. Today's podcast was brought to you by General Provision and Sarson Funds. Sarson Funds, Real, Clear, Crypto. One of the more popular financial investments in the market today is cryptocurrency and blockchain. You've heard a lot about it. Bitcoin and others make the news on a regular basis. But it's a new currency and a new process that many of us don't really know or understand, and that's where Sarson Funds come in. They build your confidence with knowledge of the investment. They're a leading educator for financial advisors and consumers. I know. I personally have investments with Sarson. They have a passion for cryptocurrency with a team that boasts a wealth of knowledge in the industry. More importantly, they have the resources to help us, you and me, learn about this new and exciting investment opportunity, like Cryptocurrency 101. It's yours by simply visiting the website and clicking on Education and Marketing. If you want to learn more, if you're looking to get a high-level Wall Street grade understanding of cryptocurrency and blockchain, visit sarsonfunds.com. They've helped me understand why this is a great investment tool and to better understand what it's all about. Sarson Funds, Real, Clear, Crypto.